Hey, music maker, Graham here from recordingrevolution.com. And since it's the 5-year anniversary of Dueling Mixes, which is my online mixing community, all this month I'm going to be sharing tips using the song that all of us members are mixing together. And the song is Raise My Flag by Grammy-nominated producer and my friend, Ill Factor, featuring vocals from yours truly. It's a fun collaboration. It's mostly Ill's song. I came in very late in the game on this song, but today I want to use the song to teach you 2 really crucial steps to mixing electronic music. There's a lot of ways to produce and mix your own electronic music if you're working on this type of song, but I wouldn't skip these 2 steps if you really want your song to sound as good as possible. They're very simple, but they will require you to just stop and think for a minute and be a little bit creative. So if you're willing to do that with me, rub a few brain cells together, I think your electronic music mixes can stand out. So the first step is very simple. It is to incorporate organic elements into your music production. So if you're doing electronic music, it's all virtual, okay? Synths, virtual instruments, samples, loops, okay? At some point, they may have been recorded, and so you're just basically bringing in a recording of a real instrument. So it depends, but if you have a lot of electronic sounds, those are by definition not organic. That's okay. They sound cool. But one way to really bring those sounds to the next level is to incorporate just a little bit of organic material, things that are recorded in real life, instruments that are very familiar in the real world, human voice, things like that can really put a sweet polish on otherwise cold, potentially sterile electronic production. And some of the best producers in the world are doing this. And this song, I'll give you 2 ways I did this. Obviously, there's lead vocals on this, but when it was given to me, the track was all just ill sense. So let me give you an example when we get into the hook here.
Tell my stories all broken in.
Right, so those are the main sounds I was given for this hook. There's 3 synths going on here. Let's put them together so you can just sort of hear. Whoops. Switch to a latch solo mode. There we go. Here are the 3 sounds. And you add the bass. Love the sound. What I thought immediately was, what can we do to warm this up and make it sound larger than life? Well, we can add an organic element like guitar. So being a guitar player, my mind thought to some gritty, overdriven guitars, which I added here. Here they are by themselves. Right, very simple. So you add those to the synths and it really warms it up. Take them away. So that's one example, adding a guitar and featuring it as much or as little as you want. In this case, on the hook, I brought it up in volume because it made it really, really big. You don't have to have it that featured. Just a little bit of an organic instrument, an acoustic guitar, a piano, an electric guitar, a violin, a cello, hand percussion, anything like that can really, really help. Now, again, another way to do that is with vocals. Granted, you're probably going to have some lead vocals already, but using vocals as an instrument. And I did this in the bridge with just some layered gang vocals. We had this really cool, trippy bridge that he put together. very cool sound. I thought, let's add something really haunting like the human voice. So I dug deep into my 90s grunge repertoire and pulled out some Soundgarden. If you ever like the song 4th of July, then you might recognize where this inspiration came from. Right? Very creepy. And then I actually added more guitar. I added a lead guitar part here just to add some creepiness. Right? Just adding those organic elements takes this electronic production up one notch. So that's step one. Think through what is at least one acoustic organic element that you can add to your already awesome electronic production. Step number two, and this is something I missed in general for many, many, many years. I'm a slow learner, but it's very helpful in rock music and pop music, which I normally deal with, but very helpful in electronic music and sample-based music is automation. Volume automation in particular, but any kind of automation. Here's what I mean is if you have a piece of software like Pro Tools or Logic or GarageBand or Cubase or Studio One, all of these DAWs, as they call them, have the power to do volume automation. There's volume lanes for all of your tracks. And if you just leave the volume in one place, that's where the lane is. But if you look closely, you'll see that some of these tracks have little squiggles. And these squiggles represent life and automation, meaning I'm taking the volume up or down. So what I've done here is dumped some of this volume riding on the group tracks. I do this sometimes. Here's the drums. Again, these are all sampled drums. And what I do is I just I ride the volume of some of these tracks at certain elements of the song. So it looks like I brought the volume up a little bit here for the drums. Right on that downbeat. I turned it up. Same thing here. All these are downbeats that I've turned up. The guitars I've turned up a little bit on the first hit. And then what I do is also go through on things like the bass. The bass was produced really well, and it had some really good ideas and some drops. And so what I want to do is feature those. This one by itself is really cool. Right? And that's a transition piece that pushes us into the hook. So I'm riding the volume of that up right at that moment.
You're never gonna bring me down.
Right? And if you look at the fader of the bass, which is right here, you'll see it go up.
You're never gonna bring me down.
It's just riding that fader up when I want to feature a little piece of the song. Doing it same thing here at the end of the bridge. All right, listen to that bass. It's not that this part is any better than another part, and that's why it needs to be turned up. It's a direction piece. I'm the director of this movie, and so my job is to cut to the right scene, the right camera angle, to force your attention to be turned where I want it to be turned. And so I'm using automation to do that. I'm saying, pay attention in this last moment to this bass drop. You've been listening to the gang vocals and you've been listening to the little lead guitar, but now in this moment right here, I want you to pay attention to this bass drop. Right? That's what I'm doing with automation. It's very simple. Very, very simple. And there's not a ton here. There's one here on this synth. pushing into the back half of the hook. All I'm asking you to do when you're sitting down with your electronic music productions is to think through, okay, every moment of the song, what little element can I breathe life to? Bump it up, bump it down, ride it a little bit, push it a little bit, sway a little bit, as if you were a musician playing. When guys play guitar or drums or bass or piano, when the song gets exciting, the volume and the dynamic increases a bit because their body gets more into it. When you're doing samples or virtual instruments or synths, there's not a lot of volume or dynamic change because it's a constant signal coming out. And that's why you'll get a lot of flat, lifeless songs that are electronically produced. It's not that electronic music is lifeless, it's that you need to breathe some life into it with some automation. And you can go crazy on this, and a little bit goes a long way. It adds up. So go through systematically and breathe some life into different moments of the tracks to direct the attention of the listener. Hope that makes sense. Now, there's a lot more to mixing electronic music, but these two steps really, really will help you take it to the next level. Now, as I mentioned earlier on, it's the 5-year anniversary for Dueling Mixes. So what we're doing to celebrate, and this is where you can get in on the fun, is we're giving away a free month. It's a free trial, 30 days to Dueling Mixes. So you can check it out for yourself and take advantage of all the fun stuff we do. And we're giving away $2,000 in prizes. So if you want a chance to win, all you got to do is become a member and submit a mix. And to become a member, well, you can do it for free this month. So here's what we do in Dueling Mixes. Every month, me and my buddy Joe Gilder mix a brand new song by a real artist. And then we teach you how to mix that type of song. We show you why we made the decisions we made. We show you what challenges we faced. We showed you what mistakes we made. We show you our plugin settings. Both Joe and I work in different DAWs. We use different plugins. We have different tastes, so our mixes sound different. And then you get to download those same multi-tracks and practice the mix yourself. We also give our members live coaching. Joe and I jump on a live call every month where we give answers to your questions. We talk about the mix. We talk about recording. We talk about gear. We talk about getting into the music industry, whatever you're interested in. As a Dueling Mixes member, you join the best mixing community on planet Earth where you can get feedback on your mixes. You get to join a bunch of members who support each other, who aren't jerks, who encourage one another. And then you also get access to every single past episode of Dueling Mixes. That means every single song we've ever mixed over the last 5 years. So for example, let's say you're working on a country song that you're trying to mix, and we're not mixing country that month. You can go back into the back catalog and find an episode where we mix country and give you pointers on how to mix for that style. Or let's say you are working on a rap song. You can go back and find where we've done rap and look at how we approached rap, how two different guys did it, and how we arrived at our sounds. And you've got not only the tracks to practice on, but tutorials, coaching calls, all for that song. So during the month of October, since it's our 5-year anniversary for Dueling Mixes, we want to give you a free month so you can try it out for yourself. All you got to do is go to duelingmixes.com. I'll put the link here in the video and in the description box to get your free trial. That way you can jump in, get access to this song, start mixing, join the community, and get access to the $2,000 worth of giveaways that we are doing this month. We're doing winners every single week with grand prize at the end of the month. You might as well join. You have nothing to lose. It's a great opportunity to get better at mixing, win free gear, expand your network. And honestly, guys, it's the most fun you'll have in mixing. So you might as well try it on our dime with a free trial this month. All of those details, again, are at duelingmixes.com. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks for subscribing to this channel. And I'll see you in another video real soon.